Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the World King, Part 6 update for you. It's been a while. I think if anyone is part of the forums, you may well already know what's coming in, because I did do an update on that written, but time to put it into a video. We're at the real back end of Season 8 now, which is quite a gap from the last video. So let's cast your mind back now then. We both had 5 years at our first club. I was at Real Madrid, Matt was at Manchester City before we both left for in Season 6. Matt left for Dortmund, where he currently resides. Season 6 saw me go to Paris Saint-Germain. Season 6 concluded, Matt was runners-up, and I won the French division with PSG. Season 7, we moved again. We actually had an option to move to Italy, where we moved to AC Milan, and we did it at AC Milan. We didn't do anything in the Champions League, but we did win the Europa League as well, though. We fell into that from the first phase, and Season 7 saw us win the title and the Europa League, lose the Italian Cup, whilst Matt endured another real frustrating season to finish runners-up with Dortmund again. So Season 8... third time lucky for Matt. Matt is desperate for the title. He's absolutely desperate. I can tell you that this world tour continues because I have left AC Milan after 1 year, after winning a title. Check. That's what it is. And we have left. But let's talk about Matt first now. He's endured a really, really difficult time. And I shit you not, I knew this, I could tell this, and he even messaged me again, I'm so close to just fucking resigning. I'd rather stay unemployed than go through this bullshit, because his nemesis is definitely Bayern Leverkusen, because if you look at that, that's what I mean. You know, Bayern Leverkusen, like in real life, they win Season 1, Season 2 went to Stuttgart, and then it's just all Leverkusen. Season 3, 4, 5 has all been Leverkusen, and then 6 and 7, more incredibly, whilst Matt's Dortmund have been runners-up. And just cast your mind back, he went to Dortmund, they had a lot of money, they had an awful lot of money. So, let's have a look at Matt's squad and setup now as we come to the back end of this season. He has to win that title, and I think he will. I knew Leverkusen were going to slip up, and they have started to now. I mean, they had an 8-point gap at one point, but he's managed to really, close that down a lot, and 9 league games to go. He has already played Leverkusen in both of his games. He played them very early on. And there we go. That is where we are at. We have moved to Porto. Now, cast your mind back on Porto. Matt said to me ages ago, he goes, Mike, look at the money at Porto. And the money was out of this world, right? And I'll show you what I spotted. I noticed on the merchandising was through the roof. Now, it's funny, really, because when I spotted that, I remember seeing this before on one of the other updates where a team's merchandising was going through the roof. So I contacted Steve Harl, and I said, what's that all about? And he says it was an error. And he goes, you can rectify it, but it means to do with popularity or something like that, credentials as a team, and it was a shitty team. And I thought maybe Porto got the same thing, but they haven't, because they haven't had this merchandising loop for ages. That being said, they do have money. They do have money, and as you can see, I say money because we have spent a lot as well. So Porto is our objective now. We'll call this the 4th leg of the tour, and we're looking good. 10 games to go. But do you know what? Last year with AC Milan, we dropped out the Champions League in the first phase. This year, the same fucking thing has happened, and we're in the Europa League as well for the 2nd year running. Yeah, quite something. In terms of, let's speak about now what we've brought in at Porto. These are 7 signings we brought in. 2 of them were pre-arranged. So the pre-arranged deals were Vitina, who's done really, really well. And it was this guy, Amarodian. It was a pre-arranged deal. We brought in Filippo Scotti. You know what? It's been very, very difficult to get any consistency from him. We brought in Luca Stephenson. Very, very good indeed, but he's just not done it. He really hasn't done it. Pieter Harnik. Now, Pieter Harnik, me and Matt agreed that when we beat each other to a player, you cannot pull out that deal, right? So that's the case. So when I left to go to Porto, Matt had landed 2 players. One of them was the Jura region. He landed the Jura region ahead of me at Dortmund. But we did agree. We agreed on a few things that if I leave Milan, which I did, he could pull out that Euro deal if he wanted. The option was there, and we agreed. And with Haranik, or is it Haranik? That is De Bruyne regen. Now, I landed him at AC Milan. I landed him at AC Milan, and I pulled out the deal, right, in order to try and get him at Porto. Again, we agreed that we could. I mean, it gave Matt the opportunity to go for him again, but I don't think he was interested because we paid a lot of fucking money. £15 million. Sebastian Funtes. Now, I've got to show you this guy, right? I'm pretty sure that's Bravo, the Man City, ex-Man City goalie. And you can't see it now, but I'm going to show you something about him in a minute. We brought in Keiki. We spent a lot of money on him. We really went to town on defence. You can see we spent an absolute fortune on defence. 55 million for Hato, 17.25 for Keiki. But the biggest coup, less money than Hato, but you all know who that is. Matt was a little bit gutted at that. We spent some huge money to bring the Messi regen. So, that's that. So, let me just show you now then. I've got to show you. We lost against Feyenoord. The last Champions League game of the first phase, we were at Feyenoord, right? And we had to win at Feyenoord to qualify. And that's what happened. Look at the fucking goalkeeper. I was absolutely... I couldn't even work out how they got a 1, because if I lost 4-0, 5-0, I get it. I genuinely get it. Wouldn't have accepted it, but I get it. Fucking 1 on a 4-2, and we had a 1-0 lead as well, so that's where we got eliminated. So, not fucking happy. Not happy whatsoever. So, let's have a look now then at Matt's transfers. So, these transfers were his first batch then. He had a couple of... he had one pre-arranged on this. That was the first one he had. That was the pre-arranged. So he brought in, you may remember he brought in Lukic, Seaman and Ollie Ball. He brought in Mario Branco, the regen of Ronaldo. But it was Jimmy J. Morgan. He's not actually having a good season, is he? Kimmich, he's having a good season. But it's really kicked off where this second window is where he really needed to pick up. Of course, he brought the AC Milan regen, AC Milan regen, what the fuck? He brought the regen from Real Madrid, one of my dynamic players, Palacios. Look at him, absolutely incredible player. And 25 goals in 33 is not to be sneezed at. Jakob Perina, looks an absolute monster in defence. Lenny Euro, he's not done well, has he? Levent, yeah. And Stefano Specker, the right back. And then, of course, this season, 7 more. Vasquez looks quite impressive. Christiansen, yeah, he's done well. Prassi, the goalkeeper. I think we said that is Manuel Neuer. I'm pretty sure that's Manuel Neuer regen, who really is picking up. He's getting better and better. It really is. Kamara, that is Lukaku. Lukaku regen. Dinunzio, nothing great. Mamadou Gay, now that is Mane regen. And Pedri was a marquee signing from Barcelona, who seem to have really spent a lot of money and got rid of a lot of their key players. So, you know, he's out. He's still in the Champions League. He got knocked out of the German Cup at home to Bayern Munich, as you can see. But he's still riding high in the Champions League. I think the Champions League, I don't think he's going to be too fussed about the Champions League. He wants to win. He wants to win the league. The league is absolutely paramount. It really is. What can he do? But I think I'm just looking, actually. Man City are not in it. That's actually quite a surprise, really, isn't it? Man City not in it. Why would that not be? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They got knocked out. So let's just see where Man City went to. So they're knocked out in the Champions League second phase, it would appear. See, that's quite a surprise. Look at that. Not even a single win. Fucking Celtic. So Man City, let's have a quick look. I did see this. Look how much money they spent. Now, look, think about this, right? I didn't even realise how much. Jesus fuck. I said to Matt they'd spent a lot. And this is AI here. So Fofana, Kubu, Gusto, Gavi, Tonali. That is just... Oh, my God. They're not even going to win the league, it would appear. That is absolute. West Ham won it last year. What the fuck? West Ham won the league. That is just fucking horrid. And that's only 5 players. That's bizarre. It's bizarre, it really is. So they brought in Declan. They've got themselves quite... I mean, how much money have they got? They can't have too much money. Now, they've not got massive amounts. They've still got money. But they've got quite a squad. Now, truth be told, right, if the Man City job was to come at the end of the season, if I were to win the title with Porto, I would apply. I most definitely would apply for Man City. Now I would. Now they seem to have fucking fallen apart in terms of, mind you, they've got 2 games in hand there. So they're out of the Champions League. Are they in any of the cups? FA Cup semi, and they just had the League Cup final, which they won. No, they lost, sorry. So, and finally, before we go, let's take a quick look then at one of the old guys. Yeah, we've got a soft spot for Man City and Real Madrid, haven't we? Real Madrid, 89 million, a few players bought last season, 200 million of the season before. Fuck knows where that money came from. Well, they've spent a bit of money, haven't they? And it's likely they'll win the title again. Elche seem to be a big team. So, there you see. Let's see, they are still in the Champions League, as we know. They're in the semi-final of the Spanish Cup, so they're having a good season. They're having a very, very good season. They're only secure, 63 million in the bank. And I truly believe, if Matt was to win the title with Dortmund and Real Madrid was to come vacant, I think he'd take Real Madrid. I think the fact that we didn't take him straight away, or, you know, when we both left, it was key. You'll notice they've still got Bellingham, and they've still got Junior, but they have not got, he's gone, the little Frenchman, he's gone. Mbappe, we know he went to Arsenal for £45 million. So, that's it then, guys. That is part 6 then on the World King. There's going to be an element of people that say, oh, fuck's sake, you don't stay at any one club. The objective is to win the title. That is the bottom line. So it's always about a leg. Now, let me remind you very quickly before we go, this is going to be a lot more intense than normal. We've got Argentina and Australia, as well as Brazil and the United States open here. Now, the United States and Australia, that adds that extra dimension of it being a world tour. And plenty of other leagues open. Scotland is new. Greece, I think Scotland and Greece are the 2 new ones, as well as all the others that we normally have open. So, that's it from me. And until next time, it's take it easy.